you know, I can get the concept of, you know, taking inspiration from something and then, you know, making your own idea out of it. That's fine, it happens all the time. It's cool, but I gotta call something out, okay? Straight up plagiarism. Can't believe I forgot about this. You know, when I be sleeping sometimes just random stuff pops into my mind, and yesterday night it just happened to be, oh yeah, I remember watching Infinite Stratos. Yeah, that was a cool ecchi anime I watched when I was like 14, yeah. And then my brain said, hey, do you remember a few years after that, there's this show called 100 that came out? Yeah, I do vaguely remember it. Actually, I do remember quite a lot of it, actually. Yeah, it was Infinite Stratos. It was literally a reskin. They straight up copied it. This is gonna make a video, isn't it? So here we are. I'm calling you out, 100. I'm calling you out. Plagiarism is probably happened in anime beforehand. Like, I've seen, I haven't really like got names and researchers. I've seen people like copy artwork. I've seen loads of things, and I'm not even saying this just happens in anime, but yo, that show 100 or 100 straight up copied Infinite Stratos. If Infinite Stratos copied something, then fair enough. I mean, then I can call out it too, but I didn't see it, so I saw Infinite Stratos first, so it doesn't matter. Even so, I do not condemn plagiarism, okay? 100 is almost beat for beat the same show as Infinite Stratos. You can go watch it for yourself. Like, in episode 1, it's like a main character goes to some tech high school, gets his mech or whatever, because I guess they're mech harem animes, and he's got to like he's the only guy, he's got to prove his skills, and then he gets challenged, and by episode 2 he's facing off against another student. Oh no, they could do that in different ways. That's cool. Then explain why the character he faces off against has, I gotta check this, blonde curly hair. You're telling me these guys that made this show didn't even have the audacity to change up the character? They just looked at Cecilia and was like, yeah, let's just use, like, are you serious? Even the character design in this show looks good, except 100 just looks like a poorly ripped off version of it. It's literally poor man's Infinite Stratos with worth animation, and it came out, hold on, I need to check this as well. So it came like 4 years later, and yeah, maybe I did say 100 had worse animation. It didn't really. I went back and watched a few clips. The animation was actually alright. It's no secret that most animes in certain genres follow a very strict guideline and formula, which is fine, I get it. I watched many harems before, I watched many ecchis, it's cool. But stuff like this just really annoys me because it's almost beat for beat the same story, and before you continue with the, oh, I bet you didn't even watch the whole thing, did you? Or I watched like 2 or 3 episodes. The premise is the same, and once the first few establishing episodes are the same, you can almost assume the rest of the story is going to be the same thing. It's like, they might change bits here and there for the sake of it not being a carbon copy, but come on, like, grinds my gears more than Fortnite. But it's cool, because I feel like people hardly bought into this anime anyway, and I think it was kind of a cheap move on Studio IMS. Do you want to know why they called it 100? Because you've seen this damn show 100 times already. I know we all had a good comparison to how influences in anime works well, is that whole craze on the, well, I think we're still going for it, the, you know, transporting someone into a different dimension. I forget the name for it, there's a word for it. We're kind of going through it right now. Each story follows a similar premise, like they're all doing the same things. They've all been transported into a different world, and they're either trying to get out or they're just stuck there, okay, and they don't know what to do. It's normally got kind of some sort of gaming theme to it as well. They're all very much different stories. You come over to this side, however, with 100 times you've seen this already anime and every other harem that's come before it, and they didn't even try to take the premise and do something different. They just straight up, hey, remember that show Infinite Stratos? Yeah, let's just copy it, and bam, they yanked it, they yeeted, repackage it and give it to an audience. Except we already know, we've seen this before, so we're smart as consumers. So I guess consumers? Sometimes we can be stupid and end up buying into the same thing over and over and over again, and companies know that we as consumers will do that. That's how they make their money. Look at the battle royale craze at the moment. You're gonna play PUBG, then you're gonna play H1Z1, then you're gonna play Fortnite, then you're gonna play Realm Royale, and then you're gonna play Battlefield Realm Royale, then you're gonna play Call of Duty's one, and then before you know it, everyone's playing Sims Battle Royale. You're playing the same concept over and over again with just different skins, but because it's just a craze, we buy into it. However, there is a tolerance level, and once we've had enough, we as consumers just throw it away, and we're just like, we're done with that. But I'm glad that at least as the community noticed, this anime did not get any good scores. I mean, there is the counter argument that, you know, these animes are just made as rehashes for a younger audience, because I might not go back and watch Ecchis anymore like I did back when I was 14. Repackage that, sell it to people that are my age now, and maybe they'll enjoy it, kind of thing. It just really annoys me that they have to do it and copy it beat for beat, because that's just, it's just wrong. It's just straight up plagiarism. You can go watch the first 2 episodes of 100 and Infinite Stratas. But anyway, I've got that off my chest. Let's hit more than 1 like, so we're not on the same level as 100. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.